Well, it's not exactly a Space Jam jersey, but you gotta go with the next best thing. And no, I'm not wearing this because I'm like a huge Orlando Magic fan. I used to live in Orlando, so I had to get myself a jersey at some point and represent. But since we're going with a similar basketball theme, I thought, hey, we're gonna put this on. And I would bring out a Pistons jersey because I'm from Michigan, Detroit. But I can't fit them anymore, so I gotta buy some more at some point. But anyway, on with the review.
Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam.
What's up, docs? Looney Tunes fans, basketball fans, movie fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I am D-WIZZLE, and yes, I am back doing more movie reviews. I know it's been a minute since I posted my last movie review. The reason being was because I've been feeling a bit under the weather. I haven't been feeling very well. And some stuff was starting to get a little busy with work, so I haven't had a lot of time to upload between those two things. The only thing I could really upload was the Disney cast reviews that I had with my girlfriend Shay. Those were already recorded and ready to go, so I was like, okay, I can upload them at any time, at least give you guys some content until I come back. I hope you guys enjoy those too. There's gonna be more to come with that as well. But yeah, I am back, and I decided, hey, let's talk about some Space Jam. So Space Jam: A New Legacy is coming out really soon. So I decided, let me go back and talk about the original. So yeah, let's get into this. So when it comes to Looney Tunes, I am a huge Looney Tunes fan. I grew up watching them when I was a kid. They were on constant rotation, whether it be Cartoon Network or Boomerang. Some of my favorite characters are Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Porky Pig, Yosemite Sam, Tasmanian Devil, Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, Tweety Bird, Sylvester, like the list goes on and on. I'm sure most of you guys know those characters really well. So yeah, Looney Tunes has been a big part of my life. When it comes to basketball, not so much. I'm not really a sports person. I don't really watch any sports. Football's not my thing. Tennis, baseball, soccer, golf, not huge fans. And basketball, no, not really. Not a fan. I only really watch professional wrestling, and that's it. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of slack on that. I mean, like, oh, wrestling's fake, right? Like, can we stop with that, please? But of course, I know who Michael Jordan is. Of course I do. It's hard for you not to know who he is, even if you don't watch basketball. Of course, he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. So I have to acknowledge that. Sadly, I wasn't able to enjoy him while he was in his prime because I was either really young or I wasn't born yet. So I couldn't fully appreciate him. But of course I know, he's one of the most iconic basketball players of all time, one of the greatest athletes of all time. I'll acknowledge that. I know there's debate going on in basketball who's the greatest of all time now. Is it, Kobe, may he rest in peace, or is it LeBron, or is it Shaq? I don't know. I don't follow that stuff. I really don't care. If you guys get into that stuff, that's great. Keep enjoying it. It's just not for me. So this movie came out in 1996. So I was 1 year old when this came out. So of course, obviously I did see this in theaters because I wanted to be able to process it because I was so young. But this movie, it felt like it was really weird for them to make. So apparently the reason that this movie was created because it was based off of a commercial with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, where they're both together. I think they were promoting one of Michael Jordan's shoes or something like that. One of his Air Jordans and stuff like that. And apparently the commercial was so popular that Warner Brothers was like, you know what? We should make a movie out of this, right? This will make a whole lot more money. And like, what? Like, this is the most slapped together idea they could have thought of. You know, we talk about Hollywood's running out of ideas. Like this is the most random shit I've ever heard for a film. But you know, young me, you know, I didn't really care. You know, it's the Looney Tunes. It's Michael Jordan. You know, you enjoy these. You know, enjoy them interacting. It's fun. You know, enjoy the colors. Enjoy the silly antics going on. You know, that's how I was when I was a kid. Space Jam was on constant watch, and I have the DVD to prove it. See, look at this. Look, the 2-disc special edition of Space Jam. Yep, I own this thing. Yep. I watched this a lot when I was a kid, along with Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This was one of the many older films in the 90s that I would watch a lot when I was a kid. This is actually really nice. This is a really nice cassette right here. You know, it's a really nice collector's DVD set. I know they don't want to do much for DVDs anymore because it's all about Blu-rays and 4Ks and stuff like that, but you know, the DVDs used to have some nice editions there, and they had some really cool special features as well. So yeah, this was on constant repeat when I was a kid. So yes, this was a movie I watched a lot. I had fun with it. You know, I didn't really think too much about the story or the plot, and you know, I was just enjoying the Looney Tunes, you know, doing silly stuff with Michael Jordan. You know, that seemed fun when I was a kid. But of course, as you grow older and you start to process things that you haven't processed as a kid, you start to realize that stuff doesn't hold up very well. And much like The Phantom Menace, Space Jam did not hold up very well. This movie is a mess. This is one of the most corporate, slapped together projects I've ever seen. I don't know, just from the get-go, this concept of the Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan playing basketball against other cartoon aliens from another planet is really, really random. And it's like, I don't understand their thought process with it. They honestly just didn't care about a story. They didn't care about a plot. They were just like, let's just slap these two in a movie and call it a day. And the money will be ranked in. And from what I hear, I mean, I guess the movie did alright at the box office. It did a fair amount, and it got a cult following. And I know there's some people watching that really hold this movie close to their hearts. And, you know, I don't want to take that away from them. But, you know, it's just like, I should have been one of those people, you know, because this is something that should have appealed to me, you know. Even though, you know, I'm not a huge basketball fan, you know, I know Michael Jordan, and of course I love the Looney Tunes, so this should be something that appeals to me, but it doesn't. One of the main problems with this film is that the Looney Tunes themselves aren't that funny in this movie. You know, when it comes to their humor and the camaraderie and the dialogue, it's like, it just felt very okay. Like, there wasn't really a lot of huge laughs I got out of the film. It just felt like they were phoning it in. And it's really weird to say about the Looney Tunes because, you know, it's the Looney Tunes, you know? They're hilarious. They're some of the most iconic cartoons in history. Like, I personally think that they rival stuff with Disney. I think that's how good they are, you know? So it's just really disappointing that the Looney Tunes weren't that funny in this movie. And then when it comes to the 2D animation interacting with live action stuff, you know, this is not something new and innovative. We've seen this before. We've seen this done in Mary Poppins, Pete's Dragon, Song of the South, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one of my favorite films, by the way. I'm going to talk about that really, really soon. So yeah, this is something that, you know, we've seen before. But and as far as the animation for this, it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty decent rendering with the 2D and the live action, but you know, it just didn't seem as detail-oriented as the older films, especially Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think that's like the best example of 2D animation interacting with live-action environments. So, you know, I don't think a film has matched that since. And I'm sure some of you are asking, what about Looney Tunes Back in Action? Not even Looney Tunes Back in Action. Even though the 2D animation in that one was not bad either. It was pretty solid, but, you know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, you know, went above and beyond with with their rendering, with the animation and the environment, stuff like that. I thought, I still think that's the best. Space Jam is not really doing anything that innovative, with the cartoons interacting with people. There's nothing really that groundbreaking or interesting or even that funny about it. It's just there. And then the plot is just so nonsensical. There's a planet of cartoon aliens, and they have a theme park, and the main business guy that runs the theme park, is trying to find new interesting stuff for their attractions because people there are getting bored, and so they turn on the TV and they watch Looney Tunes, and they're like, I want that. And so they send these little tiny aliens to really capture the Looney Tunes and, keep them as slaves with their amusement park. But then the Looney Tunes outsmart them to be able to give them a fighting chance against them. So they challenge them to a basketball game. Out of all the challenges you could have gave, why would you do basketball? Because the Looney Tunes don't know how to play basketball, as far as I know. So then the aliens go to the real world, and they literally steal the talent of other major basketball players like Charles Barkley and stuff like that. And then they turn into giant monster basketball players and call themselves the Monstars. And then so the Looney Tunes go and get Michael Jordan from the real world and beg for him to train them to become really good basketball players, so they can face off against the Monstars in a basketball game, so they can fight for their freedom. Does that sound like nonsense to you? Because that sounds like nonsense to me. That's the most craziest plot I've ever heard. And we're talking about Looney Tunes here. We're talking about Looney Tunes. But this plot was just so stupid. I don't know what to expect with a Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan movie, but I'm expecting something a little bit more creative and coherent than this. It's just it just feels so weird. It's just so weird. It's hard for me to enjoy the Looney Tunes and even Michael Jordan in this movie when the plot is just so random. And let's talk about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan in this movie he's not good. He's not a great actor. He is phoning it in this movie. And you could tell he doesn't want to be there. I think he knew that this movie is stupid and the script was stupid. And so he's just going to do what he has to, in this film and just get out. He didn't really care about putting emotion into it. He didn't care about, interacting with the Looney Tunes that much. I don't think anybody in this movie really cared about seeing actual Looney Tunes in real life. Everyone's taking that really well. Nobody's really that shocked when they see, when the Looney Tunes go into real life, when Bugs and Daffy go to Michael Jordan's house, and the dog and the kids wake up in the middle of the night and whatever, and they interact with Looney Tunes, and they're not really shocked that the Looney Tunes are in real life. And then when Michael Jordan gets captured by Looney Tunes and gets sent to Looney Tune Land in the center of the earth, by the way, the center of the earth, there's a portal that looks like the orange circle thing for the Looney Tunes thing. There's a little portal that takes them to Looney Tune Land in the center of the earth. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. But when Michael Jordan gets sent to to Looney Tune Land, he's not reacting, he's not scared, he's not shocked, he's not surprised that he's there. He's just like, oh, yeah, I'm here. So I'm like, what, does anybody even care about what's going on in this movie? I think the only people that really tried to put in their all was the other basketball players that got their talent stolen, like Charles Barkley. I don't know who the other basketball players are. I'm sure the basketball fans will put in the comments who the other basketball players are, but I don't know them. It's no disrespect to them, I don't watch basketball. Charles Barkley is just another person that he's so big in pop culture that of course I know his name, like Shaquille O'Neal and stuff like that, and Yao Ming and stuff like. So sorry, if you guys can tell me who those other basketball players are, I'll just look them up later. But anyway. Those were the only basketball players that, or the only characters in this movie that actually put in effort. When they got their talent stolen, they're actually reacting like, what the heck is going on? They're actually, doing some funny bits. You know, they're overreacting with, you know, what's going on with them. You're like, they don't know what's happening. They feel like they're getting sick, and it's kind of funny that the NBA started doing lockdowns and stuff because the NBA players aren't performing like they are supposed to, and they think it's some sort of disease, like a certain disease that we know. But anyway, like, they're the only people that are really, like, trying this movie. And you know what? I'll say the other two people that are trying. Wayne Knight in this movie. Wayne Knight was alright. He did have some funny moments, but, you know, he was kind of annoying in this movie. He was just pretty much being the annoying sidekick to Michael Jordan the whole time. And it was like, I don't know, I just felt like his goofiness, his awkwardness was a little too much in places. And once again, when he goes into Looney Tune land, he doesn't react. Like, he doesn't react like he should. I mean, yes, he does question and be like, Michael, you know your friends are cartoon characters? Like, okay, so he does that, but he's not like, like, what's going on? Why is there a bunch of cartoons? What's happening? Like, that's not the regular reaction. You should be having that. You should be having that kind of reaction when you're going into a cartoon world. Like, you've never seen this before. You are assuming that cartoons, didn't have an actual world. But it's whatever. Wayne Knight was okay, and then Bill Murray. Now, he didn't need to be in this movie, but He was funny for the little time that he was in it. I think he was only in this because Ivan Reitman produced this movie, so had to have him in here. Ghostbusters alumni and stuff like that. But he was funny. Like when he randomly came in and helped the Toon Squad in the basketball game, that was entertaining. But those are the only people that really tried in this movie. Everyone else is just phoning it in. Even the Looney Tunes to an extent. Now let's talk about Lola Bunny, because I'm sure you guys are waiting for me to talk about her. Lola Bunny in this movie is not even a character. She's not. She is eye candy. She has no character development. She has no personality other than I'm the sexy female love interest bunny of Bugs. And I know how to play basketball. And that's it. There's nothing with her. There's not much I can say about her. She's literally there for some eye candy, which is kind of weird because she's a cartoon rabbit, and she got cakes. Like she got boobs, and she kind of got an ass a little bit, which I know it's kind of weird for me to say. I'm not a furry, I promise, but it's weird for me not to notice that because that's how she's drawn. She's drawn to have some sort of sex appeal, and we're talking about sex appeal in a Looney Tunes movie. And why does Bugs need a love interest? I don't understand that. I did not like Lola in this movie. I mean, she's not her character herself is not offensive, but it's just her existence, how she's drawn and how she's depicted. It's literally it's mind-boggling to me. I don't understand what they were doing with that. I'm glad that in later iterations, in the animated shows, the Looney Tunes show, they actually gave Lola a character, and I wish that they kept that with a new legacy that's about to come out. But apparently, it's going to be more consistent with this version of Lola, which is whatever. The only difference is Zendaya is voice acting her, which I don't understand that. I love Zendaya. I think she's great, but I don't think she needs to be voice acting Lola. It's not necessary. As far as the basketball game itself, it was entertaining. I guess there was some funny antics here and there that reminded me of the stuff that I liked from the Looney Tunes show. I don't know, there was one bit where Yosemite Sam and Elmer did a Pulp Fiction reference. I thought, oh, that's actually really funny. I like that. And when Tweety Bird started pulling out karate moves against the Monstars, that was entertaining. And I I don't know. I mean, like, I'm sure there's other moments in the movie that I thought was that was okay, but like I said, it wasn't really that memorable, when it comes to Looney Tunes stuff. Like, I wish they could have done more with it, I guess. The Monstars themselves, when they are the Monstars, not those annoying little scrawny aliens, like, when the Monstars, they were actually pretty cool. They were entertaining, actually. I didn't really expect much from them because of the weird premise of them stealing their talent. But when they are the Monstars, they are entertaining to watch. I did like that. And I think the actual basketball players actually voice acted them in the movie, which is I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, the Monstars I thought were entertaining. I hope a new legacy when it comes to their rival basketball team. I hope they live up to this because the Monstars I actually thought they were entertaining and. Their theme I thought was really cool. Like, I hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high. Like, one thing I gotta say, the soundtrack for this movie is actually really, really good. They have R. Kelly, they have Seal, they have LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes, like Method Man, like Coolio. The soundtrack for this movie is actually really good, and I didn't expect that for a Space Jam movie. But I guess you gotta make sure the music's good. If Michael Jordan's gonna be in it. But yeah, that's one thing I would say. The soundtrack for this film is really, really good, and of course the main theme of this movie, the Space Jam theme. Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We're about to run it into overdrive. Welcome to the Space Jam. Like, what? Surprisingly enough, even though this movie is not that great, like, this is one of the most iconic themes for a movie ever is that Space Jam theme. So I really liked that. Danny DeVito voicing Mr. Slackhammer, the alien businessman of the Moron Mountain. His voice acting was pretty good, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I gotta say for Space Jam. I mean, yes, there's some entertaining moments here and there, and I like the music's pretty good, and the 2D animation interacting with the real life is pretty solid, but the story doesn't make any sense. The performances aren't great. The Looney Tunes aren't that funny. If you're gonna make such a weird film like this, like, I wish there was just more effort put into the story and the humor. If the story isn't gonna be dumb, at least make the Looney Tunes stuff funny and make Michael Jordan try hard. Like, he's not trying that hard. Like, I don't know. It's just this movie. It's not really that memorable to me, except for like a few things. Like, I mean, this is not really a movie I'd want to revisit over and over again, like I did when I was a kid. I hope the sequel is better. It seems like there would be more going on with the story and the effects are more interesting and stuff like that. So maybe the sequel will improve on it, but. This is an idea that probably shouldn't have happened, and this is one of the textbook definitions of Hollywood running out of ideas is this movie. So, overall, I will say that Space Jam is just okay, barely. Like, I mean, I don't want to give it trash because, like, I don't think it's that bad of a movie. It's not good. It's not a good film, but like, I mean, I can't get myself to say that it's trash because there's still some entertaining moments in this movie. There's still some good parts. I did like some of the characters in here, so it's like I can't get myself to say that this is trash, but it's like it's not a good movie either. So I barely give it passable, I guess. I guess that's where I'm at with it. But that's how I feel about Space Jam. What did you guys think about it? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Did you guys even see this movie? Yeah, let me know, if you guys feel differently than me, if this is one of your favorite Looney Tunes movies. I know there's some people that really enjoy this movie, but yeah, comment below, let me know your thoughts. So yeah, I am going to review Space Jam: A New Legacy. and look forward to my review of that really soon. But if you guys enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell if you want to be notified on future videos I'll be doing. But that's all I have for you, movie fans, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all, folks. Sorry, I will not do that again.